Hello everyone and now welcome to a game HawK versus Sonic, this game taking place here on Autumn Leaves version 2.0. Thank you for all of you guys who have stopped by the Twitch stream as of late just to say hi. I see a lot of YouTube, longtime YouTube fans stopping by just saying hi, giving some messages. Always appreciated. Just want to say thank you to everyone. Shikamaru from Naruto. Yep, that's what I expected. Now, anyways, hopefully my hiccups don't come back. I was hiccuping right before the start of the cast, and well, it always, you're trying to mentally get focused and prepare. You know, it's like giving a presentation back in school, and then suddenly you have hiccups, and you're like, "What is going on?" You just don't really know how to explain it all. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down in this 1v1 matchup. It is human versus night elf. The latest patch really really has done a great job just balancing things out a little bit more. Um, Timing on things have changed ever so slightly, but overall, I think it was a well-informed patch. Whether or not you agree with all of the changes, or you wish things were changed more, I would say it was a well-informed patch with Blizzard really doing their research, studying, taking community feedback, all of those old things, really making a great game. Footman now on the move off to the north side here. We are going to be looking at the Ancient of War aggroing these creeps here. There goes an ensnare onto the Archer. I don't think Sonic actually wanted this here. He is now separated, not really dealing damage. And that is definitely not what he wanted. He wanted to be able to get some damage with that Archer, finish this creep camp off much more quickly. 4-3-2. The Ancient of War taking a lot more damage than originally anticipated, as the Keeper of the Grove grabs Claws of Attack +5. Meanwhile, down to the south side here, Archmage using Militia able to clear out this creep camp here, gonna pick up Rings of Protection +3, and that will overall help the Archmage, but not as important as Claws of Attack +5 early on is. Reason being, if you see an Archmage, or if you see an enemy hero with, say, dual Rings of Protection +3 early on in the game, you probably will not be focusing on your enemy hero, knowing that they can in fact deal a large amount of damage. However, if the Keeper of the Grove has dual Claws of Attack +5, well, those Claws of Attack +5 actually come into play, dealing a lot more damage, while completely negating the Rings of Protection +3, because, well, you just don't target the Archmage. Archmage currently sitting at 550 hit points, does have some decent armor. We're going to look at some timed life there, trying to maximize that damage. We're going to see a peasant getting taken down once more, denied. Beautifully done. Keeper of the Grove just shy of level 2, which would have opened up some treants for some additional harassment. More peasants making their way off to the north here. They're going to see an entangle again. Keeper of the Grove taking quite a bit of damage, but, well, the damage does not add up nearly that high, as the Archmage of HawK once again gonna deny another peasant. All right, constantly denying peasants, a great job there. Meanwhile, HawK is setting up a town hall. Surprised the town hall isn't a little bit off to the left a little bit more, trying to create a narrower walkway, as this Keeper of the Grove is now down to 53 hit points, down to 44. May end up accidentally running into his opponent here, as the Keeper of the Grove now looking to finish off one of these footmen. The footman down to 109 hit points. Now other footmen trying to come over to engage, and this is going to be a little bit too much damage on that Keeper of the Grove to try and stick around here. Archmage now coming back across. Tree of Life and expansion being placed down by Sonic, as well as water elementals are going to be dropped here. Tech to tier 2 has not been started, so both sides really going for that economic game, getting Trees of Life and that town hall here, as the Archmage now looking for that Keeper of the Grove. However, Keeper of the Grove double backing around, finding a way to get to those Moonwells and heal back up nicely. Archmage going to pick up some Dust of Appearance. No Boots of Speed or Staff of Teleportation at this current time, as the Keeper of the Grove, well, looking to clear out this expansion here with the help of that Tree of Life. HawK already mining from his natural expansion. Check to tier 2 has not been started, still low on lumber, currently with 17 workers at this point and stage in the game. Still needs to upgrade this arcane tower, still needs to upgrade to tier 2, severely lumber limited, as the Archmage now coming across here to try and take down this Tree of Life. There is a lot of ranged piercing damage though. Ranged piercing damage is rather high. Plenty of Wisp now being brought on over as well, as another footman gets taken down as well. Forest Troll Berserkers also lining up plenty of attacks and shots, as we're looking at damage. Damage getting healed up nicely off of this Tree of Life here. Archmage now low on mana, even though he's not low on hit points, but those archers and those Forest Troll Berserkers were just able to really crank out that damage, and you can see a sudden influx of experience on that Keeper of the Grove, who may actually be able to get to level 3 here if he's able to take down the Water Elemental and that Footman. Coming back around, expansion down to the south here, Tree of Life trying to, well, heal up a little bit more, and you can take a look. Ogre Magi, who's going to get the experience? Archmage going to get the items. Keeper of the Grove does not get the experience, so Archmage now closer to level 3, as it's a battle and brawl out here at this expansion. Tree of Life slowly making its way over, going to continue to eat some more trees here, try to replenish those hit points, as the Forest Troll Trappers with Bloodlust nearly take down this Tree of Life. Level 3 on that Keeper of the Grove now. That is going to be perhaps level 2 Entangle. Yeah, level 2 Entangle to try and finish off some of those footmen, as we are now teching the tier 2, and we may be looking at Pandas, or Panda Brewmaster as that second hero. Forest Troll Berserker with that range, able to dish out some damage onto this blacksmith here. Lots of repairs underway on that blacksmith, as the archers are able to, well, rack up quite a bit of damage here as well. You can see that that is currently unarmored. As soon as the armor is done, the peasants are going to have a, well, no problem really just constantly repairing this here, but it is a drain on resources. Coming back around, Keeper of the Grove gets an entangle off here, going to try and finish off some of those footmen. Archers are trying to retreat back here. Keeper of the Grove continuing to entangle, racking up damage on those low hit point footmen, and they may end up getting denied or dying here. Let's take a look. Nope, one footman down to 57 hit point. Another footman, well, gives experience to that Keeper of the Grove. Scroll of Regeneration to try and heal up all of that damage here, as HawK now running at a fully saturated gold mine. Sonik has gotten that Panda and now going to engage here. All right, there's some abolished magic to try and take down that Water Elemental. Panda could even get off some breaths of fire here, as the Water Elemental going to get denied again. Panda looking to get a good breath of fire across all of those low hit point footmen, but with dual arcane towers, and decides to back up. Full saturation, both sides running up on 2 bases. Sonik was the one faster, getting to tier 2, and now both sides now with Panda and Breath of Fire trying to blow over the other armies. Archers do have less hit points, but they are more magic resistant than their footman footman foe, as both sides continuing to exchange blows more and more. All right, Archer's trying to finish down a couple of those footmen here. Another couple footmen could get taken down. 1 or 2 more shots. There goes another footman. More Breath of Fire, and units are just getting blown over left and right. HawK does have a high number of harvesters, though, 22 workers for that 47 supply army, compared to Sonic's 15 workers and, well, a comparable size army as well. Both sides still exchanging blows. Huntress actually accidentally getting in the way of the archer and taking a little bit too much damage, as the Keeper of the Grove uses a clarity potion, looking to get off another entangle. All right, units coming back around here. What is going on? Panda halfway to level 2 for HawK. Meanwhile, Sonik not as lucky, even though he was first in getting that hero out. We're going to be looking at a little bit of engagement. Huntress now absorbing a little bit too much damage as well, going to be forced to back away. All right, Panda can get in some more breaths of fire here. No more abolished magic. There's a breath of fire across some units. The low hit point Huntress can easily get finished off, as we see a group of riflemen now ready to, well, shoot down those Huntresses. This is all off of 1 barrack so far, and now we are getting up a second Arcane Sanctum for some priests. Sonik trying to do some creeping during this time. We're gonna end up getting creep jacked here. Riflemen are gonna be nearby. Archers need to try and retreat back. There's a scroll of healing. Breath of fire, well, we're pretty much removing all of that healing and instantaneously, as another huntress could end up getting taken down. And yes, it does fall. Keeper of the Grove, however, gets an entangle off on the Archmage. Archmage does force a scroll of town portal, as an archer gonna fall as well. All right, units teleporting back around, but the Brewmaster now blows himself. Will he be able to make out here, as the Keeper of the Grove does not have enough mana for an entangle, just body blocking his way through, trying to finish off this Brewmaster. Brewmaster down to 240 hit points, and it looks like it will be able to regroup nicely. There's a Breath of Fire, removing that scroll of regeneration. Both sides exchanging blows here, as the Footman trying to retreat back. Keeper of the Grove getting close to 70 mana, as the Panda, well, could turn around, get a Breath of Fire off as well. 1 or 2 more shots are going to be needed, as the Priest are now working in overtime to try and heal up all of these units. Going to continue to try and engage. Panda sitting at level 2, going to try and back away. Panda going to try to get a Breath of Fire off. Low hit point Footman finally gets taken down, as the Priests were unable to heal him fully. Footman continuing to fight back here. Sonik trying to retreat back, does have a scroll of healing. Staff of Preservation saves. There's an entangle, denying that Archer, and now going to finish off that one Footman as well. All right, low hit point Keeper of the Grove now looking to retreat back. 45 supply compared to 58. And it's been an absolute sprint straight out of the gate after establishing those expansions. Level 3 on primary heroes. Level 2 Panda going up against level 1, but well, the game is still very, very close. We need to see a little bit more healing come down as well. Rejuvenation are already researched, as we are getting up most likely mastery training shortly. Tree of Ages and teching the Tree of Eternity, as we're getting into 2-0 upgrades on those riflemen. All right, so riflemen and priest, rifle casters, to try and deal with the Dryad Huntress and most likely transition into bears, as that Panda wants to get to level 3 himself. Panda will be just shy of level 3, I believe, after this creep camp. Not picking up that Mantle of Intelligence, not quite sure why. HawK could use that extra mana overall. How are you liking the patch games so far? That immolation strat from yesterday was pretty refreshing. Yeah, definitely. Just seeing immolation being used effectively at least higher tier play, always interesting. Now, as the Panda going to come back around, are we going to get a Breath of Fire across all of these units here? Keeper of the Grove already drained out of mana. Sonik had an opportunity to use Breath of Fire on the Arcane Towers and those peasants, but ends up not using it at all. Riflemen having an easy time just shooting their way through the Keeper of the Grove and the Panda here. Staff of Preservation going to try and save the Keeper of the Grove. No, Keeper of the Grove decides to use Scroll of Town Portal instead, and the Panda accidentally walks a bit too far. All right, it seems like normally professional players know how far they're able to walk away from that Scroll of Town Portal and still get a ride home. It feels like in the past 2 or 3 days, I've seen players consistently miss a handful of units. I don't think that there was a change in the patch notes for that Scroll of Town Portal radius, but we'll have to see. Anyways, coming back around, more engagement here. Are we going to see a denied? No denied. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire across all of the archers, as they're taking a bit of damage over time. Scroll of Healing trying to counteract this again, as the Panda of HawK getting up to level 3. That level 2 Breath of Fire really dishing out that damage, as Sonik, well, saves an archer from certain death. Staff of Preservation, as the fireball was about to hit her in the back. All right. Coming back around, Keeper of the Grove does have that Orb of Venom. We are looking at a Blood Mage as the third and final hero for HawK. Meanwhile, Sonik looking to get to level 3 on the Brewmaster and trying to clear up the Null Overseer creep camp off to the side here. Should get close, but well, still going to be a little bit shy. 40 experience needed. Meanwhile, Archmage is sitting at level 4. Level 2 Brilliance Aura coupled with Blood Mage, meaning that Panda is going to have plenty of opportunities for Breath of Fire. And look at this Inner Fire also on all of these riflemen, dealing upwards of 35 piercing damage per shot. Add in the fact that with Inner Fire and Devotion Aura, their armor upgrade is already up to 6. It's like they are essentially 4-3 upgraded units, as we're now going to be going into an engagement here. All right, trying to take down the workshop here. 76 supply compared to 70. There's Roar being used by the Bears as well, so there is that damage output by the Night Elf army here, as the Brewmaster going to go ahead and use the Scroll of Town Portal to try and protect. Wisp being brought on over, and here we are in engagement. Both sides fighting their way through. Roar versus Inner Fire, Detonation, Siphon Mana, as the Panda now gets up to level 3. Level 3 Panda, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, blowing things over, as the Blood Mage now siphoning mana away from Sonic's Panda. The Panda, even at level 3, now unable to do very much. We are looking at a Healing Ward being placed down as well. That's going to get quickly shot off here, as the Keeper of the Grove gets an entangle onto the Blood Mage to try and stop that Siphon Mana again. Keeper of the Grove using that Orb of Venom, trying to finish off some more units, as the Panda of HawK, while getting a bit more mana, but he's going to get into trouble. Staff of Sanctuary for the save, as the Panda was nearly taken down as well. Keeper of the Grove going to go after the Blood Mage here. Are we going to see an entangle here? Panda trying to handle back around. There's a Mana Flare, and that is going to be the game. HawK taking this game here in close calls back and forth, but the army of HawK just far too strong at this point. Would have easily finished off Sock's much smaller army, especially not gaining the experience from those near kills on that Panda. Big difference there with that Blood Mage making its presence known, shutting down the Panda after one Drunken Haze Breath of Fire, and really limiting the damage, allowing that Priest and Rifleman army to stick around much longer. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.